Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let us begin our study of Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसीमकरन्दवायोः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वो नेह यत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवनपि मृतो हि सः प्रसङ्गमजरं पाशम् आत्मना कवयो विदु स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारमपावृतम् तितिक्षव कारुणिका सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम् अजातशत्रवः शान्ता साधवः साधुभूषणा सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथा तज्जोषणादाशपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारम् सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गाम्बस्वम्बुधौ लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य युदारितम् अहेतुक्यव्यवहिता या भक्तिः पुरुषोत्तमे सालोक्यसारष्टिसामीप्य सारूप्यैकत्वमप्युत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विना मत्सेवनं जनाः यन्नामधेय श्रवणानुकीर्तनाद् यत्प्रबलनाद् यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वादोऽपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात् अहो बतश्व पचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यं ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुः सस्नुरार्य ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are continuing our study of Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 28, Text 22. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagwan Kapil Dev is instructing his mother, Shri Devahuti Devi, on devotional service. Text 22. Yat Shaucha Nishrita Sarit Pravarodakena Tirthena Murtni Adhikritena Shiva Shivo Bhot ध्यातुर्मनः शमलशैल निसृष्टवज्रं ध्यायेच्चिरं भगवतश्चरणारविन्दम्. Translations and purports by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhai Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: Bhagwan Shri Kapil Dev Muni is saying, the blessed Lord Shiva becomes all the more blessed by bearing on his head the holy waters of the Ganga, which has its source in the water that washed the lotus feet of the Lord. The Lord's feet act like thunderbolts hurled to shatter the mountain of sin stored in the mind of the meditating devotee. One should therefore meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord for a long time. Bhagwan Kapil Dev is glorifying bhakti, how devotional service to Lord Krishna is so powerful. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is going to explain step by step what is being spoken in this verse. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, in this verse, the position of Lord Shiva is specifically mentioned. The impersonalist suggests that absolute truth has no form, and that one can therefore equally imagine the form of Vishnu or Lord Shiva or Goddess Durga or their son Ganesh or Suryadev. But actually, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Master of everyone. What kind of upasana is this? Where you worship these five deities to ultimately go beyond this material world and attain mukti. Yes, Satyarupa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is it Panchopasaka Upasana?
Panchopasana. So Panchopasana is described in Chaitanya Bhagavat. That's what many people of Navadvip were doing before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advented. Very good. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila chapter 5, text 142, it is said, Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya Jai Jai Se Nachai Se Tai Se Kare Nritya. The Supreme Lord is Krishna, and everyone else, including Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they are his servants. This is a fact. Lord Shiva is important because Lord Shiva is holding on his head the holy water of Ganga, which has its origin in the foot wash of Lord Vishnu. The Charanamrita of Lord Vishnu is Ganga, and this Ganga is held on the head by Lord Shiva. Therefore, Lord Shiva becomes more auspicious. Look at the second line. Shivaha Shivobhut. Lord Shiva becomes glorious because of that. Sorry, I'm having sore throat. Don't usually like to drink water while touching Bhagavatam, but forgive me. Lord Shiva holds Ganga water on his head. Now, in Hari Bhakti Vilas by Srila Sanatan Goswami, now a question for all of you is coming, so pay attention. In the Hari Bhakti Vilas by Srila Sanatan Goswami, it is said that anyone who puts the Supreme Lord and the demigods, including Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, on the same level, at once becomes a atheist. What verse is this? I will give brownie points to anyone who can. Janani Mataji is ready. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahmarudrati Devi Matveneva Viksheta Sa Pashati Bhavedruvam.
Very good. Haribo. Thank you, thank you. This verse is from Padma Puran and it is mentioned in Hari Bhakti. It is quoted in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Yastu Narayanam Devam, Lord Narayan, and then Brahma Rudra Adi Devata. Samatvena eva viksheta, one who sees them as equal. A Pashandi, Bhavedruvam. Certainly that person is a Pashandi. If you see Lord Narayan on the same level as the Devatas, then that is atheistic mentality. Srila Prabhupada writes, we should never consider that the Supreme Lord Vishnu and the demigods are on equal footing. Now let's try to understand this verse. In the second paragraph, Srila Prabhupada writes, the mind of the conditioned soul, on account of its association with material energy from time immemorial, Anadi Bahirmukh, contains heaps and heaps of dirt in the form of desires to lord it over material nature. This vasana is there in our heart. This contamination, this dirt in the heart is not small amount. It's like a big mountain. It's like a big mountain. But a mountain can be shattered when it is hit by a thunderbolt. And therefore on Krishna's lotus foot, one of the symbols is thunderbolt we saw. And Srila Prabhupada says, therefore, a yogi who meditates on the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, whose lotus foot bears the imprint of thunderbolt, becomes free from all the heaps and heaps of sins. Aprarabdha phalam papam Kutam Bijam Phalonmukham Krameneva Praliyeta Vishnu Bhakti Ratatmana. Padma Puran. Muktasanga Prabhu, we had discussed this verse. Third paragraph, few sentences down, Srila Prabhupada continues. Srila Prabhupada is explaining the different phrases of this verse. Another significant phrase in this verse is Shivaha Shivo Abhut. By his constitutional position, Lord Shiva is always great and auspicious. Lord Shiva is very great, very auspicious. But since he had accepted on his head the Ganga water, which emanated from the lotus feet of the Lord, he has become even more auspicious and important. I will take help from one of you now to read the translation just to spare my voice. And I think Shama Kishori Mataji has the loudest, boldest, most powerful voice. Janudvayam jala jalo chanaya jananya Lakshmyakhilस्य suravanditaya vidhatu Urvornidhaya karapallavarochishayat Samlalitam Ridi Vibhora Kuryat. Madhuri, please read the translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. The yogi should fix in his heart the activities of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, who is worshipped by all demigods and is the mother of the Supreme Person Brahma. She can always be found massaging the legs and thighs of the Transcendental Lord, very carefully serving him in this way.
In the purport, so one question, how come here Lord Brahma is considered to be the son of Lakshmi? Who can answer? Yes, Shama Kishori Mataji.
Is it, Prabhuji, because he has come from the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, so Vishnu is the father and Lakshmi, his wife, is the mother?
Correct. Yes. And Srila Prabhupada writes that in the purport. So I'll read few sentences down. Lord Brahma is described here as the son of the goddess of fortune. How is that? Actually, Brahma was not born from the womb of Lakshmi ji. Brahma takes his birth from the abdomen of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu himself. A lotus flower grows from the abdomen of Shri Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Lord Brahma is born on that lotus. Therefore, Lakshmi ji is, who is the wife of Vishnu, and Brahma ji is the son of Vishnu. Therefore, Lakshmi ji is the mother of Brahma. Now, because this is all transcendental, because normally when there is a couple, husband and wife, the child takes birth from the womb of the mother, not father. But here, the child took birth from the father without any help from the mother. So Prabhupada said this is transcendental. Therefore, Lakshmi ji, who is doing Pada Sevanam, she is worshipping the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Lakshmi ji is massaging the feet, thighs of Lord Vishnu, should not be taken as behavior of ordinary woman. Lakshmi is not some ordinary woman who is massaging the feet of her Lord. We should not think like that. The Lord is transcendental to the behavior of the ordinary male and female. We should never think the behavior of Lakshmi Narayan or Radha Krishna or Sitaram to be that of ordinary men and women of this society, even though we are conditioned to think like that. Here the word is Vibhor Abhavasya Kuryat. The word Abhavasya is very significant, for it indicates that Lord Vishnu could produce Brahma without assistance of Lakshmi. The last paragraph, Srila Prabhupada says, Bhava means one who accepts a material body. And Abhava means one who does not accept material body, but descends in the original spiritual body, Swarup. Bhava means this material world, no? Bhava Rog we say. So Abhava means non-material. So Krishna is non-material. Now look at the second last paragraph. Since transcendental behavior is different from mundane behavior, it should not be taken that Lord Vishnu receives service from his wife Lakshmi, just as an ordinary human being or demigod will receive service from the wife. We should not consider activities of Shri Lakshmi Narayan or Radha Krishna Sitaram to be ordinary. Text 24. Uru Suparna Bhujayor Adhishobhamana Ojo Nidhi Atasika Kusumavabhasau Vyalambipitavarava Sasi Vartamana Kanchi Kalapa Parirambhinitam Bimbam. Yes, Mataji, please read the translation.
Next, the yogi should fix his mind in meditation on the personality of Godhead's thighs, the storehouse of all energy. The Lord's thighs are whitish blue, like the luster of the linseed flower, and appear most graceful when the Lord is carried on the shoulders of Garuda. Also, the yogi should contemplate his rounded hips, which are encircled by a girdle that rests on the exquisite yellow silk cloth that extends down to his ankles.
Yes. In the purport second sentence, Srila Prabhupada writes, so in the previous verse, Bhagwan Kapil Dev is telling us that as yogis, we should meditate upon how Lakshmi ji is massaging the lotus feet, thighs of Bhagwan Vishnu. In this verse, Sri Kapil Dev Bhagwan is recommending that a yogi should fix mind in meditation on the thighs of the personality of Godhead. Thighs are the reservoir of all power. In the purport second sentence, Srila Prabhupada writes, Lord Vishnu's whole body is full of opulences. All riches, all strength, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation. Srila Prabhupada has quoted it exactly like the verse in Vishnu Puran. Sequentially, same order. Aishwaryasya, riches. Aishwaryasya samagrasya, all full riches. Viryasya, virya is strength. Yasha, fame. Aishwaryasya samagrasya, viryasya, yashasha, shriya. Shriya is beauty. Jnanam, knowledge, and vairagyam, renunciation. This is the Shadbhaga. These are the six opulences of Bhagavan. The yogi is advised to meditate upon the transcendental form of the Lord, beginning from the soles of the feet and then gradually rising to the knees, thighs, and finally arriving at the beautiful face of the Lord. We have seen this many times. This is the Paddhati. This is the procedure of taking darshan of the Lord. You start from the lotus feet, go up to the ankles, calves, thighs, waist, belly, navel, chest, arms, shoulders, neck, and then finally the beautiful face. Text 25. Nabhiridam bhuvanakoshaguhodarastham yatratmayoni dhishanakila lokapadmam vyudham harinmanivrisha stanayoramushya dhyayedvayam vishadaharamyukha gauram. Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
The yogi should then meditate on his moon-like navel in the center of his abdomen. From his navel, which is the foundation of the entire universe, sprang the lotus stem, containing all the different planetary systems. The lotus is the residence of Brahma, the first created being. In the same way, the yogi should concentrate his mind on the Lord's nipples, which resemble a pair of most exquisite emeralds, and which appear whitish because of the rays of the milk white pearl necklaces adorning his chest.
Now, Bhagwan Kapil Dev Muni is recommending that we meditate upon the beautiful moon-like navel at the center of the abdomen of Lord Vishnu. And from this navel sprouts the lotus. And within the stem of this lotus, the 14 planetary systems reside. And on the whorl of the lotus, Lord Brahma resides, first created being. Further, Bhagwan Kapil Dev is recommending that we meditate on the nipples of Lord Vishnu, which resemble beautiful emeralds, and they are glowing. And then we should meditate on the white pearl-like necklaces adorning the chest of Lord Vishnu. That's how we should meditate. Very beautiful. Purport. Mataji, please read the first two sentences.
Yes. The yogi is advised next to meditate upon the navel of the Lord, which is the foundation of all material creation. Just as a child is connected to his mother by the umbilical cord, so the firstborn living creature, Brahma, by the supreme will of the Lord, is connected to the Lord by a lotus stem.
There was a devotee, very great devotee, Her Grace Satyavati Mataji from Pune, and she was a disciple of His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, a very senior counselor, Satyavati Mataji, and her good husband is His Grace Jaidev Prabhu. So Satyavati Mataji was diagnosed with cancer, and her health was deteriorating. She was going to pass away. And one day, as she was just meditating on Radha Vrindavan Chandra of NVCC, she felt this connection with the Lord, and she felt that she's connected with the Lord. And then she felt that just like Lord Brahma is connected through the navel lotus with Lord Vishnu, similarly she felt it is exactly like a child connected to the mother through the umbilical cord and placenta. And I am also connected to my Ishtadev. So this thought came, and she said, "Oh, what kind of a thought is this?" I compared a child in the coming from the womb of a mother with the umbilical cord connected to the placenta in the uterus of the mother, with Lord Brahma connected to Lord Vishnu through the lotus stem. Was this just some mental speculation? How did this thought come? So she immediately took the phone and sent the audio message to Radhesham Prabhu. Okay, Radhesham Prabhu, this thought came in my mind. I don't know if it's a bona fide correct thought or what. Am I hallucinating? Am I just imagining things? And immediately Radhesham Prabhu sent a audio message on WhatsApp replying that no, Mataji, what you have said is correct. And Radhesham Prabhu immediately from memory, he referred to this purport. He said that in the third canto in the purport, Prabhupada has written like that. So your thought is in line with Prabhupada. So it is very good. You can start the second paragraph, Mataji.
Yes. It is explained in the Brahma Samhita that each limb of the Lord has the potency of every other limb because everything is spiritual.
Spiritual. Who can quote what verse is this? What line is this from Brahma Samhita? Shyam Chandra Prabhu. Hari Bol.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
Hare Krishna.
दंडवत
Dhanavad Pranam.
अंगनीयस्य सकलेन्द्र तिमन्ति
Timanti, Shanti, Panti, Kalayanti, Jaganti.
पश्यन्ति
Yes. So there's Angani Yasya Sakalendriya, Sakala Indriya. Krishna can do the work of one sense by any sense. Krishna can do. We can only see with the eyes, we can only taste with the tongue, we can only hear with the ears. But Krishna can taste with the ears, Krishna can see with the tongue, and Krishna can taste with the eyes. He can do anything. Because Krishna's body has no material limitations. It's a spiritual body. Mataji,
Yes.
I'll read down. The necklace of pearls which decorates the upper portion of the Lord's body is also spiritual. So these pearls are not some pearls found in some ordinary ocean bought from Zaveri Bazaar. These are all spiritual. Maharaj Kulashekar was incarnation of?
Kaustuba.
Yes, Kaustubh. So everything is very spiritual. And therefore the yogi is advised to gaze at the whitest luster of the pearls decorating the chest of the Lord. Mataji, you can read the verse also. It's a Vasanta Tilak, like Brahma Samhita only.
I'll try, Prabhuji. वक्षो दिवासं ऋषभस्य महाविभूते पुंसां मनोनयननिवृत्तिम् आदधानं कंठं च कौस्तुभमणेरधिभूषणार्थं कुर्यन् मनसि अखिललोकनमस्कृतस्य The yogi should then meditate on the chest of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the abode of Goddess Mahalakshmi.
And so now from the necklace, pearl necklace, nipples, chest, now chest, vaksha. Yes, Mataji.
The Lord's chest is the source of all transcendental pleasure for the mind and full satisfaction for the eyes. The yogi should then imprint on his mind the neck of the personality of Godhead, who is adored by the entire universe. The neck of the Lord serves to enhance the beauty of the Kaustuba gem, which hangs on his chest.
So from Krishna's neck, the Kaustubh Mani is hanging. But who is enhancing whose beauty? Krishna's beautiful neck is enhancing the beauty of the necklace. In the material world, we wear necklace and jewels to enhance our beauty. But the Kaustubh Mani gets its beauty by adorning the neck of the Lord. This is the unlimited beauty of Lord Krishna, Shriya. What is Krishna called in this verse? How is Krishna addressed? What is Krishna's name in this verse? Who can tell? Look at the verse. Shama Vallavi Mataji.
Rishabhasya.
Rishabh. In Gopi Gita also the gopis address Krishna as Rishabh. Anybody remembers what verse it is? We should all meditate on the different names of Krishna mentioned in Gopi Gita, because those are the names by which Krishna is called in the spiritual world. Yes, Janani Mataji.
वृषभते वयं वृष्णि दुर्यते.
Yes, Mataji. Very nice. So in the Gopi Gita, the gopis address Krishna as Rishabh. And what is Lakshmi called here? Mahavibhuti. Kaustubha Mani, we should meditate on Kaustubha Mani, we should meditate on the Kantham of Krishna. Very nice. Mataji, start the first paragraph, please.
Yes.
In the Upanishads.
In the Upanishads, it is said that the various energies of the Lord are working to create, destroy, and maintain. These inconceivable varieties of energy are stored in the bosom of the Lord. As people generally say, God is all-powerful. That prowess is represented by Mahalakshmi, the reservoir of all energies.
Radha Purna Shakti. All these prowess is a reservoir of all energies, Mahalakshmi. Radha Purna Shakti. Krishna Purna Shaktiman. Dui Vastu Bheda Nahi. Shastra Praman. And this is Upanishads, the various energies. This is which verse from the Upanishad? Who can tell? Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shuyate. Swabhaviki Bala Jnana Kriyacha. Everything has been done naturally. Mataji, please read the second paragraph.
It is stated herein that the beauty of the neck of the Lord enhances the beauty of the Kaustuba gem rather than vice versa.
This is the point we're trying to make. In the further on the purport, Srila Prabhupada says there are 9 processes of devotional service. Mataji, what are the 9 processes?
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Dasyam,
Archanam, Vandanam,
Vandanam,
Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. And Prabhupada says the yogi should take advantage of these processes. And the devotees generally do hearing and chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam. And then there are yogis who sit in meditation and they do Smaranam. Which associate of Mahaprabhu engaged in Smaranam? Who knows? According to Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu taught different processes of bhakti through different devotees. Smaranam, which devotee did? Devotee Mataji, if you get this correct, then you will also get brownie points. Like Janani Mataji got brownie points.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I can try. नरसिम्हा देव ब्रह्मचारी जो पहले
उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा स्मरण किया. हाँ, परंतु श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी कहते हैं कि एक महाप्रभु के ऐसे पार्षद थे जिन्होंने स्मरण द्वारा महाप्रभु की उपासना की. नरसिम्हानंद ब्रह्मचारी बहुत अच्छा है, बट देयर इज वन स्पेसिफिक डिवोटी माताजी. श्यामा वल्लभ
प्रहलाद महाराज प्रभु जी.
हाँ,
प्रहलाद महाराज.
प्रहलाद महाराज Prahlad Maharaj is the Acharya for Smaranam. Very good. But I'm talking about Chaitanya Charitamrita. Shanta Radhika Mataji.
Is it Prabhu Haridas Thakur?
Shri Haridas Thakur Kirtan. वो कीर्तन करते थे. So this devotee is, you'll have to wait for the next class. Mukta Sangha Prabhu will curse me if I do that. And I want his blessings. So just to please Mukta Sangha Prabhu and make his smile bigger, I will give the answer. The answer is Sri Paramananda Puri, incarnation of Uddhav. He used to just meditate on Mahaprabhu. Okay, now Mataji, 27 please.
बाहुंश्च मन्दरगिरे परिवर्तनेन निर्णिक्तबाहुवलयान् अधिलोकपालान् सञ्चिन्तये दशशतारम् असह्यतेज शङ्खं च तत्करसरोरुहराजहंसम्. The yogi should further meditate upon the Lord's four arms, which are the source of all the powers of the demigods who control the various functions of material nature. Then the yogi should
So Bhagavan
concentrate.
Narayan is Chaturbhuj Murti. He has got four arms. And we are being advised that we should meditate on the four arms of the Lord. Yes, Mataji, continue please.
Then the yogi should concentrate on the polished ornaments which were burnished by Mount Mandar as it revolved. He should also duly contemplate the Lord's discus, the Sudarshan Chakra, which contains 1,000 spokes and a dazzling lustre, as well as the conch, which looks like a swan in his lotus-like palm.
So beautiful, no? So the Kararavind, the lotus hand of Bhagwan Vishnu, is reddish in color. And when that white conch shell is placed on the reddish palm of Lord Vishnu, because of reflecting the color of the reddish palm, that white conch becomes pinkish. White and red is pink. And pink is the color, pinkish is the color of the swan. So it looks like a swan sitting on the hand. Such beautiful poetic description. Sudarshan Chakra has got 1,000 spokes. And when the Sudarshan Chakra has to kill more enemies, then it becomes 10,000, 100,000, like that. The spokes increase. So like that. Mataji, please read the entire purport only because.
Okay.
Hmm.
All departments of law and order emanate from the arms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Because law and order is Kshatriya Dharma, to protect. Kshatrayatiti Kshatriya. And that is done, protection, law, order, it is done by the arms of the Lord. Yes, Mataji.
The law and order of the universe is directed by different demigods, and it is here said to emanate from the Lord's arms. Mandara
In the 10th canto, there is a famous verse where it is said that Krishna destroys adharma with his hands. Who knows that verse? Shyamchandra Prabhu is nodding. Which verse is this? This verse was made famous by the illustrious son of Shyamchandra Prabhu, His Grace Amarendra Prabhu. Krishna destroyed adharma with his arms. Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janmavado Yaduvara Parishatsvair Dorbhir. Dorbhir means arms. Dorbhir asmin adharmam. Destroyed adharma with his arms. So we have to meditate on the arms of the Lord. Mataji, please continue.
Mandara Hill is mentioned here because when the ocean was churned by the demons on one side and the demigods on the other, Mandara Hill was taken as a churning rod. The Lord in his tortoise incarnation became the pivot for the churning rod, and thus his ornaments were polished by the turning of the Mandara Hill. In other words, the ornaments on the arms of the Lord are as brilliant and lustrous as if they had been polished very recently. The wheel in the hand of the Lord, called the Sudarshan Chakra, has 1,000 spokes. The yogi is advised to meditate upon each of the spokes. He should meditate upon each and every one of the component parts of the transcendental form of the Lord.
So in this way, we should meditate on different forms, different articles of the Supreme Lord. Hmm? Now we will give Satyarupa Mataji, Shamchandra Prabhu and then Satyarupa Mataji to read the verses, okay? So Shamchandra Prabhu, can you read the 28th verse?
Yes, Prabhu, I'll try.
Hare Krishna.
कौमुदाकिं भगवतोदयितां स्मरेत दिग्धामरातिबतशोणितकर्दमेन मालं मधुर्वृतवरुतगिरोपगुष्टां चैतस्य तत्त्वममलं मणिमस्य कान्ठे. Translation. The yogi should meditate upon his club, which is named Kaumadaki and is very dear to him. This club smashes the demons who are always inimical soldiers and is smeared with their blood. One should also concentrate on the nice garland on the neck of the Lord, which is always surrounded by the bumblebees with their nice buzzing sound. And one should meditate upon the pearl necklace.
With a nice buzzing sound, because remember in the previous class we saw when these bumblebees buzz, normally in the material world, if bumblebees start following us, it will be a nuisance or it will produce fear in the heart. But when these bumblebees buzz around the garland around the neck of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna, and they make their buzzing sound, these bumblebees are all devotees. They are singing beautiful songs for Krishna, and Krishna gets great pleasure from these bumblebees. So they are giving pleasure to Krishna. Yes, please continue.
And one should meditate upon the pearl necklace on the Lord's neck, which is considered to represent the pure living entities who are always engaged in his service. Purport?
Yeah, so here we have so many aspects of the beautiful transcendental body of Lord Krishna to meditate upon. We have so many transcendental articles to meditate upon. Isn't this process better than the impersonalist who have nothing to meditate? Anna, Satyarupa, you agree? So our process is very nice. Our path is very nice. So Prabhuji, Prabhupada says that we should contemplate and meditate on the different parts of the body of Lord Vishnu. You can start reading from the third sentence. There are two kinds of living entities, and you
There are
can
two kinds of living entities mentioned here. One is called Arati. They are averse to understanding the pastimes of Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So they
For
are
them,
difficult to Krishna. These are asuras. Yeah, continue.
For them, the Lord appears with his hand clutching a terrible mace, which is always smeared with bloodstains from his killing of the demons.
For them,
Demons are also
Krishna comes as Gadadhar. He holding the Gada, he smashes the demons with the Gada.
Ādi Gadādhara. Demons are also
And for the devotees,
sons
he is Shamchandra.
demons are also sons of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, all the different species of the living entities are sons of Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are, however, two classes of living entities.
What is the verse? Who can answer? Yes, Shama Vallavi Mataji.
Aham bija pratapita.
Sarva Yonishu Konte, Aham Bija Pratapita. Very good. That is the verse. Krishna is the father of all the species. Please continue, Shamchandra Prabhu.
There are, however, two classes of living entities who act in two different ways. The Supreme Lord keeps on his neck those living entities who are pure, as one protects the jewels and pearls on the bosom and neck of one's body.
So when we wear a nice golden necklace or pearl necklace, we keep it hidden under the shirt. It's close to the ashk. We don't show it outside. Keep it, because otherwise somebody will snatch it. So Krishna protects the devotees, keeps on the chest.
Those living entities in pure Krishna consciousness are symbolized by the pearls on his neck.
Haribol. So who are the devotees?
Right.
The pearls on the neck.
Pearls. Those who are demons and are inimical towards the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are punished by his mace, which is always smeared with blood of such fallen living entities.
But this is also mercy of Krishna on them, because by killing them, Krishna is giving them Sadgati. Parthastra Puta Padamapurasya. Yes, Prabhuji.
The club of the Lord is very dear to him because he uses this instrument to smash the bodies of the demons and mix their blood. As mud is kneaded with water and earth, so the earthly bodies of the enemies of the Lord or the atheists are smashed by the club of the Lord, which becomes muddied with the blood of such demons.
Very
Text
nice.
number
Very nice.
29.
Thank you. Yeah. So continue 29, Prabhuji.
Yeah. भृत्यानुकम्पितधियेह गृहीतमूर्तेः सञ्चिन्तयेद्भगवतो वदनारविन्दम् यद्विस्फुरन्मकरकुण्डलवल्गितेन विद्योति विद्योतीतामल कपलो उदारनाशम्. Translation: the yogi should then meditate on the lotus-like countenance of the Lord, who presents his different forms in this world out of compassion for the anxious devotees. His nose is prominent and his crystal clear cheeks are illuminated by the oscillation of his glittering alligator-shaped earrings.
Makarakundala.
Purport. The Lord descends to the material world out of his deep compassion for his devotees.
So here Prabhupada says that there are two reasons why Krishna comes. One is Paritranaya Sadhunam, one is Vinashaya Dushkrita. Of these two, which is more important? Who knows?
Paritranaya.
Because Prabhupada says in the purport that Vinashaya Dushkrita, there are many agents. Shankar Bhagavan can kill, Durga Devi can kill, there are many Kartikeya can kill, there are many demons. So many devotees can do it. But Krishna himself comes Paritranaya Sadhunam to give pleasure to the devotees. You can read from the second paragraph, Prabhuji.
Okay. The Lord appears in the particular form loved by a particular type of devotee. There are millions of forms of the Lord, but they are one absolute. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Advaita Machyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam, all the different forms of the Lord are one. But some devotees want to see him in the form of Radha and Krishna. Others prefer him as Sita and Ramchandra. Others would see him as Lakshmi Narayan. And others want to see him as a 400 Narayana or Vasudev. The Lord has innumerable forms and he appears in a particular form as preferred by a particular type of devotee. A yogi is advised to meditate upon the forms that are approved by the devotees. A yogi cannot imagine a form for meditation. Those so-called yogis who manufacture a circle or target are engaged in nonsense.
Yeah, so Prabhupada is saying that we should meditate on the form of Krishna that is described in the Shastra, authorized by the Shastra, and Krishna appears in just the form that the devotee wants. Just the form that the devotee wants. Now I'll show you one verse. Anybody remembers there was a verse in a memorization verses in Bhagavatam which says this verse, that Lord appears exactly how the devotee meditates. Yes, Shama Vallavi Mataji. If you answer this correctly, you'll get brownie points.
Bhakti Yoga Paribhavita Hrit Saroja Ase
Very
Shruti
nice.
Kshita Pato Nanu.
Amazing. Amazing, Mataji. Very good. See, I'll show you this verse. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavitarit saroja ase shrute kshita patho nanu natha pumsam. Now listen. Yad yadhiyata urugaya vibhavayanti tat tad vapu pranayase sadanugrahaya. Krishna sadanugrahaya, to show his causeless mercy. It takes yad yadhiya, how they meditate, tat tad vapu. That form Krishna will take. Isn't that beautiful? Haribol. So thank you. That is very nice, Mataji. You remembered that verse. Now I request our Satyarupa Mataji to read verse number 30.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Verse number 30. यच्छ्रीनिकेतमलिभिः परिसेव्यमानं भूत्या स्वया कुटिलकुन्तलवृन्दजुष्टं मीनद्वयाश्रयमधिक्षिपदब्जनेत्रं ध्यायेन्मनोमयमतन्द्रित उल्लसद्भ्रू. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The yogi then meditates upon the beautiful face of the Lord, which is adorned with curly hair and decorated by lotus-like eyes and dancing eyebrows. A lotus surrounded by swarming bees and a pair of swimming fish would be put to shame by its elegance.
Very nice. So here, Srila Prabhupada is saying, Mother, read the first two sentences.
One important statement here is Dhyayen Manomayam. Manomayam is not imagination.
So Prabhupada is saying Manomayam doesn't mean imagination. Devotees, Prabhupada writes further down, devotees never imagine the form of the Lord. No. It's not imaginary. It's not like some Finding Nemo or Lion King cartoon. Somebody imagined and made it. No. Krishna's form is not like that. Krishna's form is based on Guru Sadhu Shastra. Sadhus have seen Krishna with their own eyes. Tattvadarshina. Tattvadarshi. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashanana sevaya upadekshana jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Guru has seen Krishna in Tattva. And Shastra describes. So devotees don't imagine. Further down, couple of sentences down, Srila Prabhupada writes, the Lord's form is depicted in different ways according to scriptures. Narsimhadev's whole form is described. Varahadev is completely, Lord Ramchandra is described. Lord Parshuram is described. Lord Balaram is described. Lord Krishna is described in detail. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami in their Chaitanya. So based on Guru Sadhu Shastra, the devotee contemplates the form of the Lord. So there are 8 different types of the form of the Lord, and one of them in the Prabhupada second paragraph, Manomayam is a carving of the form of the Lord within the mind. This is included as one of the 8 different forms of the Lord. Hari Bol. It's not imaginary, it's real. Please continue reading, Mataji. There are 2 comparisons.
There are 2 comparisons in this verse. First, the Lord's face is compared to a lotus, and then his black hair is compared to humming bees swarming around that lotus, and his 2 eyes are compared to 2 fish swimming about.
Why?
The lotus
Krishna's eyes are compared to 2 fish swimming about. Who knows? Anuradha Leela Mataji, you are from Savannah, so you should know. You live very close to so many fish in the ocean. Why Krishna's eyes
Because
are
they're moving from side to side all the time
Ah,
constantly.
yes, restless eyes. That's why they are compared to fish. So beautiful.
lotus flower on the water is very beautiful when surrounded by humming bees and fish. The Lord's face is self-sufficient and complete. His beauty defies the natural beauty of a lotus.
So we use these analogies like lotus, bumblebees, and all these things because those are the most apt and beautiful examples that we have experience of in the material world. But actually, Krishna's beauty is far, it far surpasses the beauty of any of these material objects. Actually, they are not comparable. But because we have nothing else to compare to, we compare it like that. But actually, Krishna's beauty, it will put the beauty of a lotus to shame. Text 31.
Text 31. Tasyavalokam kripayati ghora tapatrayopasamanaya nisrishtamakshno snigdasmithanugunitam vipula prasadam dhyayet chiram vipula bhavanaya guhayam.
So beautiful these prayers are. Very well.
The yogi should contemplate with full devotion the compassionate glances frequently cast by the Lord's eyes, for
So
they
when
soothe.
Krishna is giving darshan in the temple, Krishna is casting his beautiful glance, merciful glance. We should meditate on the eyes of Krishna. How Krishna looks at us. Which temple were we recently? Where had we gone? We had gone to Bhakti Center. If you go to Bhakti Center, Dharam Prabhu and Mataji is there. Kavita Mataji is there in the call. Dharam Prabhu and Kavita Mataji. Now, when you go to Bhakti Center, you do something. You stand in front of Radha Murlidhar and Shri Mahaprabhu, and you look into the eyes of Mahaprabhu. Devati Mataji, I don't know if you noticed. If you, Chirai Prabhu, if you stand in Bhakti Center, you stand in front of Radha Murlidhar and Mahaprabhu, and you look into the eyes of Mahaprabhu, you will experience that Mahaprabhu is directly looking back into your eyes. Mukta Sangha Prabhu, you do this tomorrow. Haribol! You stand in front of Mahaprabhu in Bhakti Center, and you look at the eyes, beautiful lotus eyes of Mahaprabhu, and you'll feel Mahaprabhu is looking into your eyes. Haribol. Okay, Madhuri, please continue.
For they soothe the most fearful threefold agonies of his devotees. His glances, accompanied by loving smiles, are full of abundant grace.
Haribol, Krishna's smile. Smita, Krishna. Snigdha Smita. Madhuri, now read the whole purport.
Full purport, Prabhuji. As long as one is in conditional life in the material body, it is natural that he will suffer from anxieties and agonies. One cannot avoid the influence of material energy even when one is on the transcendental plane. Sometimes disturbances come, but the agonies and anxieties of the devotees are at once mitigated when they think of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his beautiful form or the smiling face of the Lord. The
All
Lord
our problems will go away if we take shelter and we lovingly meditate on the beautiful smiling face of the Lord. 10th canto is a beautiful smiling face of the Lord. We should meditate on Krishna. We should always, whatever turmoil, ups and downs are going on in our life, we should remember this verse written by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj. That Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumad Shrimad Ratnagar Simhasanastho Shrimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshthalibi Sevyamano Smarami. Should remember. Then all the problems will go away. Once in Radha Gopinath Mandir, there were a lot of problems, so many issues going on. Everybody was very anxious, and Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj was very blissful as usual. So Radha Gopinath Prabhu, he says this in his Vyas Puja offering. Radha Gopinath Prabhu asked Maharaj, there's so much going on. We are having all these meetings, discussing so many problems and issues, and we are all filled with anxiety. Our minds are disturbed. How come you're so not just peaceful, but you're blissful? And Maharaj immediately quoted this verse. Maharaj said, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes this pranam mantra for Radha Govinda. Whatever is going on in this world, we should remember that in Golok Vrindavan, in the eternal abode, where there are no problems, our dear Radha Govindji are sitting on a beautiful, bejeweled throne under a beautiful, wish-fulfilling desire tree in a forest of Kadamba trees on the banks of Yamuna. And Radha and Govindaji are being blissfully, happily served by so many loving devotees. Preshtha Livi, Manjaris. Ali means Manjaris, the gopis. Preshtha, loving gopis are serving Radha Govindaji in Vrindavan eternally. That never gets disturbed, that never changes. And that is where we belong, and that is our meditation. Through all the ups and downs of this world, we should keep remembering. That's what Prabhupada is saying here. Read that sentence again, Mataji.
Sometimes disturbances come, but the agonies and anxieties of the devotees are at once mitigated when they think of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his beautiful form or the smiling face of the Lord. The Lord bestows innumerable favors upon his devotee, and the greatest manifestation of his grace is his smiling face, which is full of compassion for his pure devotees.
Haribol. Now, this smiling face, meditation on the smiling face of Krishna, beautiful verse, memorization verse, which will come next. And Krishna willing, that we will see on Tuesday. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. The smiling face of Lord Krishna ki jai. Smita Krishna ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur, Haribol. I'm feeling very happy today because our dear Ajay Govind Prabhu is back with us. I was missing him dearly. The Bhakti Vaibhava was not same without him. So thank you, Ajay Govind Prabhu. Thank you, Shamchandra Prabhu. Thank you, all the devotees who have joined. Hare Krishna. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Jai Gaur. Hari Bol.